So that's where our Fozzilized Bone was. Just above my head there is the green Shroud where we went in to get the ammonia glands a moment ago. And the other zone where we are headed right now is that big green lot of Shroud right above my head there. And you'll see on the map right there. So where we were previously was just there, Mayfair lot. So what we'll do is stock up on everything before we get in here. Including giving ourselves a bit of extra time in the Shroud. And this is the Cradle of Dusk. So there are a few different ways you can approach this fell monstrosity. So you see there, I got struck and he took a lot of energy out of me. The best way that I've found, and the easiest way for me personally, is just do long range. And you can do it with wooden arrows. It's really quite fine. So basically just get a few hits on him, and then as soon as you see him breathing, the main pain in the butt is the bugs, really. And you see you'll get critical hits. If you hit on where the circle is. So he's almost done already. And there we go, he's done. So it's not too hard. And there we go, we got a couple of things there. Special item, Black Cauldron. And now I've probably done the fell monstrosity about 15 times now, so it sort of looks a lot easier than it actually is, to be honest. It's actually really quite difficult, and it's a little bit painful the first few times you do it. You'll probably die a lot and you'll probably get really annoyed with it, but that's, you know, just one of those sort of things. With practice you'll get a lot easier, it'll get a lot easier. And as you'll see here, for your Fozzilized Bone, this is the place you can get it, and you saw by how big this thing is, there's tons of it around. It's not like you're going to run out of it, so it's everywhere. You've got a gigantic thing to farm off. Now over here, if you do sort of come along the ground and sort of via this way, there's a little town here called Rattlebleak. Now there's no enemies or anything in here because this has all been decimated by that fell monstrosity, but the good thing about in here is if you don't hack all of the soil out, because you'll just get path if you do, you can actually just come in here and just farm and it all respawns. Lots of bell peppers, lots of plant fibers, and lots of jasmine as well. And it all respawns. Now in terms of loot and everything in here as well, you've got a little wooden chest up here. Do have a couple of rats trying to annoy you downstairs there, but you can just choose to ignore them if you want. They're not that big of a problem. You've also got another sort of little building in here, which doesn't have a lot in it. And it's night time now, so we'll get back. But you've also got another building in here as well. And this has a lot of books in it. So it's a fairly good little area to take a look around. The other thing you have in here as well is Shroud down here. And we have a silver chest, which has a Fowler helmet. Interesting. And we've got a piece of lore down here as well. And if you look on the map there, sort of Ancient Spire Nomad Highlands, sort of to the west. And that lore is Sorcery Ikora, I cried out, the void answered. Alright, so we've basically got everything we needed to get from there. We'll just head on back now and see where we're at with everything. Right, well, g'day and welcome back. Just a couple more things before we head off anywhere and do anything else. I just wanted to check in on a couple of the things that we looted last time around. One of which is the upper body armor that we currently have. We looted this knight chestplate, which now has a physical damage of 82 and magical of 41. So we mentioned previously that magical resistance is something we really don't overly care about. But physical is a little bit more something that is something we are concerned with. So I think we're quite happy to take the increase in physical resistance up to 82. And you'll see the Fowler has 36 stamina, 36 mana. This one has 36 stamina, 90 health. So I think we'll take the health boost quite comfortably. And the other thing here as well, we got a hold of this Fowler helmet. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. This thing is ugly, but it does have better physical and better magical, and also backstabbing and opportunity damage. And as we mentioned as well, we are looking for a little bit more time in the Shroud because, as we've already seen very recently, we've got a few more missions that are actually in the Shroud. So at this stage we're going to switch over to that. The other thing I might do as well really quickly, and just as a bit of a test, we did pick up the Apotheosis, and while it did have less durability, less damage than the guillotine, it is a one-handed weapon. So, and also being that it's legendary, I think we might give it a whirl and sort of see how it goes. So that's one of the other things we're going to get up to. So now that we've got all of that in place, we'll head off and do one more thing. And as I mentioned, I was going to try and do most of this offline. Now our goal for our next missions up here, up in the north, journal wise, we had to go up and knock over Sun Temple stories. Now, just from my knowledge, as I mentioned, the Sun Temple at the moment actually has Deadly Shroud in it. So what we need to do is actually carry out the upgrade of our flame. And what we've done is we've now got everything for that. Fell Monstrosity head and all the rest of it. So we can now upgrade. So our flame is now level 5. As per usual, we'll do our little check downstairs here. Yes, we've still got our shroud. Fantastic. So what we'll be able to do now is, when we're ready to head up to our mission for Sun Temple Stories, and you'll see there now the shroud around the faraway Frey Tavern is now blue, not red. So that will mean now that we can actually go up and tackle the Haunted Sun Temple, and we've already got our base set up down here. So that'll be the next thing that we get up to.